Welcome to another episode of Gaslands TV. Today I'll be showing you how I did this truck, the weapons on the side, the ram in the front. The truck I'm using, or the van, is from Matchbox, and it's this gold one. It's pretty cool. The inside has some like couches and stuff and guitars. So I don't like the windows because they hide the inside, and the truck has a lot of windows, a lot of areas that you could have guns or guys sticking out of. So what I'm going to do is just remove the window so that people could see inside. And I had an old headset or headphones that I wasn't using, and I mean you could cut off the wire and use that as some kind of cannon or gun on the side there. You could even use, I'll show you how to use headphones after. So what you want to do when you're gluing stuff is sand it a little bit so that it, like the glue kind of goes inside all the little cracks and stuff, so it makes it stick better. So just sand a little bit every time you want to glue something. Then you could add a giant cannon if you want at the end of your gun, but I won't be doing that. With a pin or a fastener that you could pick up at Walmart or anywhere, you could use a headphone like this, rip out the speakers and cut the wire, and you could use that one of the earpieces as a gun or a cannon or something. Turret, maybe a flamethrower. It's pretty cool. It could go in front of the truck or in the back of the truck. It's actually staying in those little square windows. With a little piece of straw, you could cut the end in a diagonal and finish up the tube if you want to. With some straws, also the bendy straws, you could put them in the back or anywhere on a vehicle, and it looks like pipes or exhausts. You could point them down, point them up. They're really cool bits. And this is from my painting hanging kit. It's what you find in the back of paintings to hang them on nails. And you want to cut out the two ends over there. It's really hard to cut metal, so with pliers you could just keep bending, folding left and right, and eventually the metal's just going to come off. So again, just sand where you want to glue stuff and it's going to stick better. So I'm just going to put some glue under the bumper here so I could glue the spikes in the front of this van here. And with some plastic clips that are used to close bread bags, you could actually cut some pretty nice horns. In my other video, I showed how you could use these to make wings and spoilers for your car. For this one, I'm just using them as horns in the front here. And once you think everything's ready, you just gotta go prime it. For this one, I primed all the parts brown. I've been priming a lot of my stuff brown, but a lot of people saying white is good and black is good, or gray. I went with brown because when you paint on top of it, it gives like this dirty look to it. Plus, I already bought it, so I might as well use it. I'll probably go into white, gray, or black after I finish this brown can. I put some tape along the middle here because on my Gaslands TV Facebook group, I ask what colors I should paint my stuff, and one guy replied, make it blue with yellow stripes. So that's what I'm going to do for this one. I painted blue. It came out nice because it's the colors of the Fallout Vault jumpsuit. So I'm going to call this team the Fallout Boys. And yeah, you're gonna have to do a couple of coats. Eventually it gets tired to just hold the car, so you could put it on one of these gadgets here that holds things up, and you might have to do a few coats. Now when one coat is drying, you could paint the other pieces that you have for the vehicle. You're gonna do a lot of coats. This one probably took me four or five coats. You don't want the paint to pool, so it has to be very thin layers, one on top of the other. And then once you're done, you're going to pull out the tape, and mean, it's okay if it's not perfect. Again, this is Gaslands. And then to paint the yellow, you're gonna re-put some tape on both sides to cover up the blue. And then with some yellow, that pretty cheap yellow I bought at Walmart, a few drops. You might need a bit more because yellow is really hard color to paint with. You're gonna have to do a few coats with this one as well. Someone on the Facebook group said that putting some white helps the pigments of yellow. So, I mean, you could try that. Then when you rip off the tape here, there's going to be some paint coming off, which is actually pretty cool. Gives it like a weathering effect. You know, trying all these things is fun. It's all part of the journey and learn a few things. Let's see if some paint comes off when I peel this tape. Now the yellow took about 10 coats, just so you know. Look at that weathering effect. That's pretty cool. So just some blue, I'm going to just pass over it without covering it up completely. Kind of like that it's damaged there a bit. Then for the window inside, I used the drywall sandpaper, super cheap at hardware store, and with some silver, some shiny silver from Walmart. I'm gonna do the guns and a bit of that sandpaper also, and the pipes in the back. So put some silver here. What's good about the silver also is if you're working on light colors and you want to do some weathering, you could use the same silver, shiny silver, and just dry brush wherever you think paint would come off, and it's going to give a nice weathered look, shiny weathered look. It works really well on the edges when you're painting edges of stuff. Gives it a nice damaged look here, like under the windows maybe, all along the edge of the tires, maybe even the tire covers, wherever you want to basically remove some of the paint with battle damage. Again, just one color and it makes a huge difference. Depending on how you look at it, the reflection of the light, it's gonna give it a nice look, realistic. Now, with some dry rust effect from war paints, you could put some of this orange pigmentation wherever water would pool or joints of your guns, the bottom of the vehicle, you know, wherever you think rust should go or would go, wherever water would pool, put some the door handles and window edges like that. Those rust quite a bit. Maybe put a bit on the top over here at the edge. Maybe probably go down all the way to the bottom. Use a sponge brush like this if you want to make straight lines, or fairly straight lines. Just put some random rust spots like that. And obviously here under the window you want to put some really bright orange and then cover that up with some of the rust effect. You know, just randomly choose spots on your car and just put some orange. You know, put some like the edge over here, door handle, window, the tire hoods. And orange dries up pretty dark. Put a spot here and then twitch downwards. Make a nice big spot with rust there that went all the way down. Don't forget the front, the hood. A lot of rust that goes there, especially if you have metal wire framing in the window there. Put some on top. Some cars, if you go online and just look for rusted cars, you'll get ideas of where to put the rust, like on the roof. Sometimes water pools on the roof of a car. Um, so put some orange spot there, and then with a darker brown or dark rust, just go inside of the orange rust that you already put. That's going to give a nice look when it dries. It's realistically, when you look at rust, if you go look at pictures of rust or whatever, you'll get an idea of what's the color that's underneath and what comes on top. So it's going to be usually bright orange and then dark brown on the inside, and sometimes even pure metal all along the inside of the dark brown. But honestly, looking at real cars, real images of rusted cars online, you'll get good ideas, good tips, and inspiration on how to do rust spots. Then just with some dark brown, go inside of the orange. Now the back doors, I had them painted silver, and then I rusted them with some bright orange, and now with the dark brown again, just go a little bit inside where the bright orange was. So far for resting, I've used 2 colors, and now with some brushed metal, which is a very dark but shiny metal. You could go like inside the rust where there's a lot of rust, and go all the way down to the core metal of the car. So rust it all the way. And it's a good paint to also dirty up the vehicle. Like these rust spots are really coming along, but then with the brush, when it has almost no paint on it, just go over your bottom here and add some dirt, make it really dirty, get your vehicle as dirty as you can. Now when the metal dries, it's going to dry shiny, and it's going to look like it's the inside. And on the back here, I'm going to do the same, just not much paint on my brush right now. Just want to put some brushed metal everywhere, dirty it up. Another good way to dirty your car is with washes. So if you have some black wash or red wash, I like red wash because it's kind of like sandy and dirty. But you could use black, and it's kind of like watered down ink. And you put a lot of that stuff on your brush, and you just go over all your stuff that you want to dirty, and it's going to dry up really nicely. Into the pipes. Pipes are always the dirtiest on your vehicle. Make sure you dirty that up and dirty the back. Dirty wherever there's rust, and then just go all over your car or vehicle, and just make sure it's Gaslands dirty. Now for the insides, all these little details, like the headphones, I'm going to use a toothpick with a bit of silver to do the wiring. I'm not going to waste too much time here, but just in case someone looks or peers through the windows, they'll see a bit of detail, and they're going to be like, oh, that's cool. Wasted a bit more time, but it's done. Then for the Chevrolet sign, I'm going to use the gold metallic from Walmart also. Not expensive. And just, little details like that if you want your toothpick. And then I'm going to dirty up this cannon here. You could use black or just a wash on the silver part. And on top of the pipes, dirty that with some black as well. And now it's time to put these tires. If you're looking for tires, there's a link in the description of the video where you could buy a container full of bits and stuff from our Etsy page. And whenever you buy on our Etsy page, you are supporting this channel and helping me do these videos and this content for you. Not to mention you get some pretty cool tires and guns and rams for your vehicles. And you could use the container as terrain. So go check that out after watching the video. I'm gonna just make these spikes metallic. Some regular silver, shiny silver. And then you could even put some rust at the end of the spikes here. Again, don't be shy with the orange. It dries up pretty dark. And that's about it with the tires on. It looks like it's good to go. It's got a gun on the side, cannon over here you could put on top, the front, maybe in the back, aim it in the back between the two exhausts. And that's how I did this Vault Boy truck. Now I'm going to show you some of the guns and rams and stuff and missile launchers you could get in our containers. So if you want to get a container full of these guns, just go on the link in the description. It's an Etsy link. Also join us on Facebook. We're on Facebook, Gaslands TV. It's a fun little group. And as always, please subscribe, like the video, write a comment if you have anything to say, and share it and talk about Gaslands TV to your groups. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.